Hey everybody, welcome back to the Armed Scotsman. Today on the table we have an Anderson Manufacturing Utility Pro AR-15. Let's get this one going. All right, everybody, as I said, we have an Anderson Manufacturing AR on the table today to go over with you. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. So we're gonna start at the back here. This is actually a branded Anderson Manufacturer buttstock right here. It's kind of your very basic buttstock, no rubber butt pad or anything like that on the back there. It does have your OG sling attachment there, and it has your QD sling attachment there. So it's nice you have both options. Obviously, it is adjustable. These work just fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. However, I don't like the wobble in them, and I tend to upgrade the stock. And so, but it's fine. But, you know, when you're buying more budget friendly AR-15s, I'm okay when they put the other furniture on, because you know we all have our preferences and typically like to upgrade and do whatever we want to it. So if they're going to keep the price down by keeping on that cheaper furniture, it's okay by me. But again, it does work just fine. So there is no need to change it. So buttstock, buffer tube coming down to your castle nut. Surprisingly, you know, it's not staked. I don't know, I'm seeing this on Radical Firearms and now I'm seeing this on an Anderson. I don't know why companies are not staking it. It's a pretty easy process, and for me it should be done. I don't know why they're not. So surprised to see it's not staked. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Now moving along, you have a 7075 T6 aluminum upper and lower receiver. There's nothing ambi about this. It's all stock, kind of that basic, you know, dust cover, brass deflector, forward assist. You've got your mag release right here. You have your safety right here and your bolt catch and release right there. Moving on down, again, you have that basic furniture. You have the A2 grip right here. I don't like these. Again, they work just fine, but I'm not a fan. But again, there's no need to upgrade unless you want to. Moving along, you have a straight trigger guard down here. Again, I prefer the slightly curved trigger guard. It's not a big deal. All these things are just little nitpicky things. Again, you can change out, you know, your grip and your stock within seconds. It's really easy to do. If you really dislike the straight trigger guard, you know, you just pop the pins out and you can throw in a curved trigger guard if you want. Nothing's, you know, these are like Legos. You can do whatever you want with them pretty much. Okay, moving it to the trigger. It kind of has that look of an enhanced polish trigger on there. It's kind of a silver color. It's a mil-spec trigger. Oh, put that mag out. This is a ASC aluminum 30 round mag if your state allows it. That does come with it. So yeah, it looks like an enhanced polish trigger, single stage. There's literally no take up on this thing. I mean, you're literally at the wall, maybe a millimeter. Very clean, crisp break. You heard it. I mean, it's very tactile and very audible. And tactile and audible on that also. As I said, it feels nicer than a mil-spec trigger, but it's essentially a mil-spec trigger, if that makes sense. Okay, so slightly flared magwell as well. The charging handle, sorry, we got the EOTech combo on this. Let me take this magnifier off, because this is what we're going to use at the range. Where were we? Oh, so the charging handle, basic charging handle, it's not ambi, just put it on that side. Again, if you want to change that out, it takes a couple of seconds if you want, or you can keep it the way it is. Totally up to you. Okay, so moving up to the top, we have a pick rail on the upper receiver right here, and it stops right at the handguard. We have an EOTech EXPS 3-0, because somebody will ask me, and this is the 5X magnifier from EOTech. Okay, let's see if there's any play between the upper and lower receiver. Now, I call this like the wiggle test, the wobble test, whatever. It doesn't affect function at all in this, really in the slightest. It's just something I like to check. So if you've got play in there, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. But this one actually has zero play between the upper and lower receiver. So I'm really surprised to see that. So very tight indeed. I do like that. Okay, moving up to the handguard. Now you'll notice right here, it doesn't have the pick rail all the way along the top here. It's been cut off, and it has the kind of M-lock slots on top here. Some companies will do that to kind of lighten the rail up a little bit. Sometimes it makes the handguard a little thinner so you can get a nicer C-clamp. Again, this is just going to come down to preference, but you do have a 1913 rail at the end here to add iron sights, which are backup sights, which is what I would add, or whatever you may want to add. Now coming to the handguard again, it's got some aggressive cutouts. Then you've got M-lock slots at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock position, and then in between those, again, you have those really aggressive cutouts, which, you know, is kind of nice. It kind of helps disperse the heat as your barrel heats up. Below this handguard, you have a 16-inch barrel. It is a 1 in 8 twist, and it is a carbine length gas system. You can probably see the gas block is right here. Mid-length would sit a little higher up. So it has a carbine length gas system in here. Now, carbine length works just fine, obviously, but as a preference, I do prefer mid-length over the carbine length. The mid-length is just a little smoother and things like that. Again, nothing wrong with carbine length, though I just have a preference to mid-length. It is chambered in 5.56 for the barrel, so it shoots 5.56 and 2.23. And it has a A2 flash hider on the front right here also. Let's go ahead and have a look at the bolt carrier group and see. I'm curious to see how the staking is, since they didn't stake the castle nut. I don't know if that's by accident or if it's on purpose. Down there. So here's your bolt carrier group. And let's have a look at that gas key staking. It's pretty good. It could probably be a little better, but it's not too bad. And then obviously just make sure everything else looks good on your bolt carrier group. Everything looks good. All right, now it's back together. Let's head off to the range and see how it does. All right, folks, so back from the range, it was wet and cold. However, the Anderson AR-15 did it very admirably there. So yeah, let's talk about that. So you just saw the shots I rolled in of the accuracy. I'm going to show you one of the targets. It's actually got like kind of a green background, and with my green screen, it looks funky as anything, but you can see here, this is the best group of the day. This is actually 3 shots on top of each other, and that's like, I don't know, I don't know how big that is, but it's tiny. Actually, if you include if you go these 3 and this one, or these 3 and that one, it's all within a quarter size for sure. Overall, the accuracy with that ammunition, I was very surprised by at 100 yards. Very good indeed. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. So let's talk about shooting 300 rounds. That's always my initial kind of go-to ammunition through it. No problems whatsoever, ran like a champ. And then I put the precision ammo through it when we did the accuracy testing. So it was just over 300 rounds. Yeah, overall, very good. Very, very solid AR-15. Quality of the fit and finish is really good. You know, very tight between the upper and lower receiver, which makes me happy. You know, overall, as I say, overall, it's just good. It's just a solid budget AR-15. Let's talk about the price point. So I'm going to go over what it normally costs from the website I got it at. That's not what I paid. So apparently Primary Arms, these normally go for $6.99. Now, to be perfectly honest, as good as this seems for the money, I think at $6.99 it's a little too high. There's a lot of very good budget AR-15s out there, such as the Delton and PSA, where you can pick them up for under $500, and so that's a little much for me to ask for a rifle like this. Now, I didn't pay that for this. These do occasionally drop on sale, where I picked this up under $400. Now, under $400, 100% definitely take a look at this if that is your price range, along with those other ones I've mentioned, because this does seem to be a very solidly built Anderson AR-15. So yeah, the Poverty Pony, I'm impressed. Yeah, very good for the money. No real complaints from me other than the staking. I don't know why, but yeah, that needs to be staked. And the BCG staking's pretty good. It could be a little better, and maybe I'm just being a little nitpicky, but you know, I feel like, you know, it could be done just a little better. But other than that, yeah, solid budget AR-15. All right, folks, that is it for me. Any questions, any comments, please ask them below. Happy to help out wherever I can. And that's it. Until next time, I'll catch you later.